Hello everyone, I'm Anime Freak and welcome to the video. And welcome to the fourth installment of Why I Hate geass, Lelouch and the Fanbase. Now if you haven't seen the other three videos I made, please go and watch them first, and as soon as you watch them, come back and listen to me talk about my fourth installment of Why I Hate geass and the Fanbase and Lelouch. So with that said, let's get started. At this point, I bet there's a lot of people out there that really hates me for giving my opinion on this series and Lelouch. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm just giving my opinions and thoughts on the series, on why I don't like the series. So don't take offense to this, and please add something in the comment sections below, so that way I can either respond to them or I can make a video afterwards and read what you guys have commented on. But mainly, I just want to get my voice out there onto why I don't like geass. So with that said, let me continue. I just want to bring up one thing. Some of you are probably going to say, okay, Anime Freak, if geass is so bad, then why are there so many websites and people saying it's one of the greatest anime series of all time? And why is it in the top 5 favourite anime series of all time? Well, to be honest, I think it has something to do with the fact that people are more surprised on what the series does for us instead of people looking at the old picture of the series. Let me give you guys an example. When Lelouch started crying of something that he's done, like when he was responsible for Shirley's dad's death, or the time when he cried for Yuffie's death, or when we saw Lelouch's tragic childhood, or the times when the series tries to convince us that Lelouch is smart, and the series tries to convince us that Lelouch's plans and ideas always works. The series tries to make us feel sorry for him and tries to make him seem like a smart, dramatic guy. Okay, look, guys, listen to me for a sec. There are loads of other characters that have been a lot more interesting, intense, smart, under and over dramatic than what Lelouch has ever been throughout the series. Let me give you guys a few examples. Number one is Johann Liebert from the series Monster. Johann is barely in the series, but saying that, throughout the series, we learn about Johann little by little. And the more we learn about Johann, the more intrigued we are. All the horrible things throughout the series is because of him. We're given hints on how he became the monster he is. At the same time, we know all about Johann throughout the series, but at the same time, we don't know nothing about him. And that's what's so intriguing about him. And even though he was the villain of the series, I wanted to know more about Johann. I just saw him as one of those cool villains that could never ever be topped. Number 2 is Light Yagami. Yeah, some of you might have saw this coming, but I'm going to say this. Light Yagami was a prick, an arsehole, a cunt, pardon my French, and all the names under the sun. He's one of those characters that I feel I should hate. But, on the other hand, even though Light Yagami was doing all these bad things, I couldn't help but root for him. Like, I wanted him to succeed. His mind games with L was just extraordinary. And the way he thinks is something that a normal person would think in real life. You know, like how he outsmarts the police, where he would hide the notebook, how he would plan things ahead. Light Yagami was clearly the underdog in this series. Unlike the geass that Lelouch has, where he can say, obey me and do whatever I tell you to, Light Yagami only had the book that could kill people. And he couldn't always keep it in his possession, otherwise he would have been caught. Light had to be smart and cunning, and the way he solved problems is how someone in real life would sort out their problems. What I mean is, Light Yagami wasn't an idiot. You got into his head and understood why he made the moves he did. And as the series goes on, he goes mad with power. Now some people are going to say, oh, but Anime Freak, Light Yagami was always like this. He was bored, and it was a thrill for him to use the Death Note. Okay, if you guys was to read Volume 13, How to Read Death Note, in there, stated by the creator of Death Note, it says that if Light Yagami didn't find the notebook, then he would have been the chief of police working alongside L. It was the book that corrupted him. I would also like you guys to stop this video and go and watch a video called Why Justice Doesn't Exist in Death Note. I will leave a link in the description box below to that video. It's hard for me to explain what it's all about, but I highly recommend you go and watch that video. I always considered Death Note to be deep, but this video, Why Justice Doesn't Exist in Death Note, explains the depth of what's justice and what's not, and what exactly justice is. So please, go and check it out. And number 3 is Kuritsugu from Fate Zero. I'm not gonna lie, my favourite character in this series is Ryder from Fate Zero. And I'm not gonna lie, most, if not all, the characters in this series is very interesting. This series is the clash of ideals, and I believe that this series is what Code Geass should have been. And I think Kuritsugu is a lot like Lelouch, except Kuritsugu is more straightforward and does whatever it takes to get the job done. But the difference is, with Lelouch, the series tries to portray him as this tragic figure that we're supposed to feel sorry for, and the fanbase treats him like he's this ultimate hero that does no wrong, even when he's doing bad things. The series doesn't paint Kuritsugu as a tragic figure and tries to make us feel sorry for him. It's more of the clash of ideals with Kuritsugu. Hell, even Lelouch and Kuritsugu seem alike, but the difference is the fanbase doesn't paint up Kuritsugu as this ultimate hero that does no wrong, and even though Kuritsugu was doing bad things, I couldn't help but love the clash of ideals that he had with Saber. Hell, I'll even admit that he was using everybody as tools for his own benefit, and at times Kuritsugu could be a bastard. But here's the thing, when Lelouch does something that's just as bad as Kuritsugu, or worse, he gets praised by the fanbase. Like, oh, he does no wrong. Oh, Lelouch is justice. Oh, I feel sorry for him. What I'm trying to get at is, Kuritsugu was more interesting than Lelouch, and he wasn't overhyped by the fans like the Code Geass fans was with the Lelouch. And my final character, Griffith from Berserk. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's another video I want you guys to go and check out. It's called Griffith Did Nothing Wrong. There's a link in the description box below to that video. A lot of people really hate Griffith, but after watching this video that goes into depth of Griffith, I saw Griffith in a new light. His character is much more deeper than we thought. It's an honest to God good video, and I highly recommend you go and watch that video now. And like I said, there's a link in the description box below to that video. But even though Griffith did horrible things, he was still a very interesting character, especially after watching that video I told you guys to go and check out. So please, stop this video, go and watch that, and then come back, and then carry on listening to me whine about Lelouch. I would also like to point out that Code Geass and Death Note was also on Watch Mojo. Yeah, it was one of those versus matches. So there's something for you guys to go and check out. And then there's this other YouTuber called DXFan619, and he made a video called Why I Hate Code Geass. Yeah, to all you Lelouch fanboys out there, you're probably steaming from me just saying that. So if you guys want a link to that, I'll leave it in the description box below, so you can go have a look for yourself. I also forgot to mention that this series also rips off other series, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, every single Gundam series ever made, Death Note, Evangelion, yes, even Evangelion, for crying out loud. And here's another thing, Lelouch throughout the entire series says, oh, I want to avenge my mother, I want to avenge my mother, I want to find out what happened to her. And here's the thing, when he meets her again, he does a 180 and kills her. I mean, he doesn't even try to convince her or try to talk her out of it, but it's just, oh no, 180, oh, I kill you. Because, you know, the plot demands it. I swear to God, I have never seen such plot conveniences since Naruto. Okay, you know in Naruto, where all the ninjas started hating each other during Gaara's speech, and then they all go, oh yeah, we're all friends now, let's all work together. Or when Sasuke betrayed the village and tried to destroy it, but they welcomed him back anyways. And then they let Kabuto come back, even though he was the one who started the Great Ninja War and brought back the dead. I mean, I can understand if it was in a shonen like Naruto, but Code Geass is one of those series that it all works out in the end. And that's the trouble with Code Geass. Everything is all plot pushed instead of character pushed. The characters in Death Note literally pushed the series, and Code Geass is a plot pushed series. I mean, the series itself does not make any sense at all whatsoever. Okay, here's another thing. You know Light Yagami? When Light was working out his strategies, how to best the police, get out of situations, you honestly believed why Light's plans would work. Like in a real life situation, the series treated us like we were adults. But with Code Geass, the series treated us like we were kids. I mean, everything was forced and pushed. Lelouch's plans made absolutely no sense at all whatsoever, and the ending is like, oh yeah, everything worked out alright in the end, everything's gonna be okay. It's the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen in any anime. I mean, I was told that this series was pure genius, like a masterpiece. But with Code Geass, all I saw was a god-forsaken piece of shit mess. I might have said this once, but it's all Lelouch's fault that the bomb went off and killed everyone at the Tokyo settlement. And also, the old Zero thing is all built on lies. The Zero Requiem, Zero himself, it's all lies. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I have a Reddit page and I've written down a few more other things that I didn't like about this series. So if you want to go and check that out, it's in the description box below. So please go and check that out. There's just two more things I want you guys to know, and it is the reasons why I started making these videos. And number one, the reason why I started them was because apparently we're getting a Code Geass Season 3. Seriously. Why continue that trash? I mean, seriously, it's a terrible, terrible show. I mean, Season 2's ending was satisfying enough. The only reason they're making a Season 3 is for money. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, Season 3 will change my mind about Code Geass. And number two, the reason why I started these videos is because I wanted to tell you guys the truth. I really do not like Code Geass or Lelouch or the fanbase in the least. The fanbase is horrible. Lelouch is the most unlikable character I have ever seen in my life, and the series is complete trash. Hell, even Suzaku had better character development than Lelouch. And the whole thing about the ends justifying the means, the ends don't justify the means in this series because it doesn't make any bloody sense. The second character I hate is Colin, and people telling me that Code Geass is better than Death Note is an insult. And I'm not saying this because, oh, I'm a Death Note fanboy. In fact, Death Note isn't even one of my favourite series. But I do acknowledge that it's better than Code Geass. You know what? I felt great after saying all that stuff. Now that you guys know how I feel about Code Geass, I can just move on and make other videos. Here's the thing, I can respect people's opinions if they like this series or not, but even you guys can understand that every fan base has its crazies. But here's the thing, throughout my time of being on the internet and being around other fan bases, I mean, I have never met a fan base that was so horrible and as bad as the Code Geass fan base. Hell, the Superman fan base and the Naruto fan base and all of the fan bases were all tame compared to the Code Geass fan base. I mean, yes, some fan bases can be very annoying and some other fans can be annoying, but the Code Geass fan base is horrible. The series itself is horrible. Lelouch and Colin are one of the worst characters I have ever seen in any anime ever. But you know what? That's my opinion. Thank you for watching. I'm Anime Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.